Kool TV proudly presents Kentucky Christian University Baseball live from NAIA Stadium in Grayson, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field at NAIA Stadium for exciting Kentucky Christian University Baseball on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good morning for the moment as we get ready to take you into the afternoon hour here on this sunny and cool Saturday here in the heart of the Parks of Grayson, Kentucky, as we get you set for Game 2 of the series between the Bluefield Rams, who come in with a record of 17-17, 10-12 in AAC play. They'll match up against the Kentucky Christian University Knights, who sit at 12-24. They're 2-20 in AAC play. Game 1 yesterday going in favor of the Rams 5-4. It was a back-and-forth effort. Bluefield got 2 runs in the first, KCU 1 in the third. Each team scored 2 in the fifth. KCU evened things up and at 4 apiece in the sixth. Bluefield took the lead for good in the seventh, and they won it 5-4. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll meet our starting lineups and get you ready for first pitch. First games of the Twin Bill here today. First game with a 9-inning contest coming up with Bluefield and KCU after this here on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
Back here in Grayson as we get you set for the first of 2 games here this Saturday with Bluefield and KCU set to square off in game number 2 of the series. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start first with the visitors on the scoreboard. The Bluefield Rams leading things off and playing shortstop is Andres Vega. Batting second and playing second base is John Greenewald. Batting third and first base is Nick Sturgio. The cleanup hitter is the catcher Sean Steele. Batting fifth as a designated hitter is Moises Aristi. Batting sixth and playing third base is Dylan Cutter. Batting seventh in left field, Aiden Brown. Batting eighth in right field, Nico Guerra. And batting ninth and playing center field is Ray Garcia. Vega, Greenewald, Sturgio, Steele, Aristi, Cutler, Brown, Guerra, and Garcia. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for the KCU Knights. Leading things off and playing left field is Ty Scott. Batting second at third base, Austin Markwell. Batting third at shortstop, Jan Rivera. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Fidel Alviar. Batting fifth in right field, Justin Legg. Batting sixth and doing the designated hitting duties is Daniel Hernandez. Batting seventh at second base, Christian Garcia. Batting eighth and catching, Jordan Hartley. And batting ninth in center field is Max Johnson. Scott, Markwell, Rivera, Alviar, Legg, Hernandez, Garcia, Hartley, and Johnson. All right, we'll step out for a break. We will return with our defensive alignments and first pitch as we get ready for Bluefield and KCU after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with a vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every Epic Stuffed Crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff into our crust. And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next.
The new cheesy calzone Epic Stuffed Crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return,
refresh,
refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back here in Grayson as we get you set for KCU and Bluefield, first of the Twin Bill here this afternoon. As Andres Vega, John Greenewald, and Nick Sturgio will get things going up for the visiting Rams. Even at 17 apiece are the Rams, 10 and 12 in conference play. KCU at 10 or 12 and 24, 2 and 20 in conference play. We'll play 2 games today as Bluefield tries to clinch the series in game 2 here after taking yesterday's game 5-4. Both starting pitchers tossed well. John Gaither goes 5 1/3 before handing the ball off to Noah Burtner, who ends up picking up the victory. Tyrone Woods goes 2 innings for the save. Jake Hoffman goes 6 innings for the Knights. Took a no decision. Tanner Rossi finished things off with the final 3 innings, suffering the loss. Cool afternoon here in Grayson, very breezy. It is colder in the press box than it is outside. 52 degrees. It says it feels like it's 63. I think this weather app is broken. It might feel like more like 33 degrees. No, out in the sun, it actually feels fairly nice, but it is very breezy here today in Grayson as the flags dancing away from the mast over on the football field. You get one out of here today and you hit an absolute mammoth of a shot as the wind pretty much blowing dead in the hitter's face. And it's going to be like that much of the afternoon. Knights will be in the all-white today. Bluefield in the red and the gray. So Andres Vega will start things off, a senior. Batting .431 on the season, 53 hits, 21 driven in, 3 doubles, 12 walks on the year. And the right-hander of Christian Ramos will get ready to get things underway. So the right-hander will work from the stretch as he kicks and deals. And 12:02 our first pitch under beautiful sun-filled skies, a few puffy clouds. A 1 evens things up at 1-1. This one's off the end of the bat over into right field, leg giving chase, and he's not going to get there. Great hustle play, but it drops in for a foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. Vega waits. This one's back toward right. Leg drifting toward the line. Makes a running catch. There's one down in the inning. Defensively behind Ramos, it'll be Scott Johnson and leg. That's left to right. Third to first, Markwell, Rivera, Garcia, and Alviar. Hartley behind the dish and the right-hander of Christian Ramos on the bump. So John Greenewald, the second baseman, climbs in. He looks at a pitch upstairs for a ball. Fourth appearance for Ramos, an 0-1 record with a 14.29 ERA, 5 2/3 innings of work. He's behind 2-0. Greenewald's a junior. He's ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Wind howling in here in the press box, coming in out of that left field corner. 312 batter is Greenewalt, and he takes a 4-pitch walk and a base runner aboard here for the Rams in the first.
Up to the plate for Bluefield, first baseman number 17, Nick Sturgey.
So Nick Sturgey, 283 hitter, 36 hits, 30 driven in. That's in there for a cold strike. Sturgey, a junior out of Arnold, Maryland. Foul tips this one at the plate. Count goes to 0-2. First time with us here on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell. Each time we put out new material, we'll alert you directly to your mobile device. 1 on, 1 out. No balls and 2 strikes. Nice pitch down and away, though, but it goes to 1-2. Outfield straightaway and rather deep. Infield set up and a double play depth as Greenewalt takes his lead away from first. Ramos from the belt. Spikes that one in the dirt. Nice job there by Hartley to box that one up. And the count goes to 2-2 to the first baseman. Two roped foul over on the third base side. Another foul ball. Long hold by Ramos. Another chopped foul over to the third base side and a good at bat by Sturgey. A rocket over to third, and they may get 2 out of this one, and they're going to. A heck of a play there by Markwell at the hot corner, and he fires it across, and an twin killing here to get out of the first on an absolute rope. Greenewalt was dead to rights, and the Knights with a defensive effort here in the first. We've played 1/2 of an inning. KCU coming to bat after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return,
refresh,
refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care. 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Go to the bottom of inning number 1. Scoreless. Scott Markwell and Rivera, the 3 due up to lead things off for the Knights after a stellar defensive stand there in that first inning of play. by Markwell over at third, snagging that ball and doubling off the runner. Nick Duncan will make his 13th appearance, a 2-4 record with a 6.18 ERA. 27 and 2/3 innings of work, 44 hits, struck out 21, walked 11. 28 runs allowed, 19 of those have been earned. So Ty Scott will lead things off for the Knights, looking for some offensive production here early on in this one. Scott has had a solid season in his freshman campaign, played his high school ball here in Grayson at East Carter High School. He and his twin brother Tate, both members of the team. He will play 2 here this afternoon, and Knights looking for trying to even up the series after falling yesterday 5-4 in a very good ball game. Steele makes his toss down to second base, and Mr. Scott's ready to get us going here.
Leading off the bottom of the first for your Kentucky Christian Knights, your left fielder, number 30, Ty Scott.
So Scott, a .342 hitter, 25 hits, 11 driven in with 3 doubles, 15 walks on the season. Swings it from the right side. His twin brother goes from the left. Duncan's first pitch, right down the pipe for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Straightaway center field. Garcia gives it a look. Drift a little bit into the gap, make the catch. 1 away in the inning. So Austin Markwell climbs in after making a spectacular catch over at third in the inning, making a double play. Pitch downstairs for a ball. That's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 1-1. The right-hander kicks and deals, slings that one wide. 2 balls and a strike. Markwell, a .250 hitter on the season. 1 for 4. Playing only his 4th game of the year. 2-1 breaking ball, gets in there at the top of the zone for a called strike. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and out here in the first. Scoreless after Bluefield got a runner aboard, but got a race with a twin killing on a line out to third. Duncan's 2-2. Breaking ball, sit back up the middle and into center field, and a 1-out base hit. So Markwell picks up his 2nd hit of the season. And the shortstop, Jan Rivera, steps in. Rivera out of Puerto Rico, .398 hitter, 41 hits, 23 driven in, 12 doubles, 15 walks. Markwell short lead over at first as Duncan from the chest pipes that one in and gets a half-hearted swing and a miss from Rivera. Long hold, the 0-1. Smack through the hole, left side, and a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Knights. And the home team has something cooking here in the first inning as Rivera smacks that one through for a single. So the first baseman, Fidel Aviar, steps in. Alvear, 287 hitter, 35 hits, 27 driven in. Alvear out of Immokalee, Florida. A great position there by the field umpire. Breaking ball fouled away. I mean, sometimes it's almost like you put a square here and say, here, stand right here if you can. Could not be in a better position. I mean, just dead in line with the camera. Just move, a foot one way or the other. There's the 0-1. Hits it through the right side and into right field, a base hit. Here comes Markwell to the plate. He's going to come in and stand up. Rivera goes first to third. The Knights take the early 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Alvear. So good start here for the Knights. As 3 consecutive singles. And that brings in the right fielder of Justin Legg. Legg, a 286 hitter, 16 hits, 9 driven in. Big opportunity here to put a crooked number on the scoreboard early in this one. Shows bunt, looks at a breaking ball that runs wide for a ball 1-0. Legg with 3 doubles, a triple. Opportunity here to maybe try to sacrifice a run in. Cutler playing back at the edge of the bag over at third. Rivera with good speed down the line at third. He pipes in a 2-seam fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Take a ground ball hit anywhere but to the third baseman or the pitcher, or a good fly ball in the outfield, and you could put across the second run. Quick check at the runner of Alvear over at first by Duncan. Beautiful afternoon here in Grayson. A little cool, but no rain in the forecast. That's a good thing. Runner going towards second. They get the throw. Here comes the play at the plate, and sliding in safely is going to be Rivera. The double steal pays off, and the Knights lead it 2-0. I believe the pitch was called a strike. I'm not certain, though. It was. So the double steal executed to perfection. So now Alvear out at second base. And Legg in a 1-2 count. Long check back at second. Duncan with the breaking ball. And that one squirted foul off to the first base side. Count holds it a ball and 2 strikes. A long pause, the 1-2. Chin music up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Several games around Major League Baseball later today. Earliest game gets underway at 2. We'll keep you abreast on that as those roll through. 2-2. Count goes full. Here comes the payoff pitch to Legg. He squirts it foul and gets another. Knights with 2 across already. Still with only 1 out here in the home first. Another payoff pitch. Slapped through the hole on the third base side. Vega will run it down, but it's going to be an infield single, and they're at the corners with 1 out. Hit it softly enough to where Vega could not get there before Alvear could move over to third. So coming into the plate now, the 6th batter of the inning is the designated hitter of Daniel Hernandez, a .350 hitter for the left-handed swinging designated hitter. Smacks this one foul on the first pitch. Hernandez hailing out of Santiago, Dominican Republic. As a freshman, had a really good season this year. Leg away from the bag at first. Another foul ball. Count it 0-2. Knights with 4 hits in the inning have pushed 2 across. Trying to add to it here with runners at the corners. Can you take a deep fly ball anywhere in the outfield that would bring Alvear to the plate? Duncan looking for a strikeout. The 0-2. Lays off that one as it stays wide of the plate, 1-2. Duncan to the plate. Hernandez squirts it foul again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the designated hitter for the Knights this afternoon. Game 2 of the series. The first of 2 will play here today. Second game will follow this one, approximately 25 minutes. Alvear over at third, leg at first. The 1-2 count. That one stays off the plate, 2-2. Knights making Duncan labor here in the first inning, getting ready to toss his 25th pitch. Trying to add to the crooked number that's already on the scoreboard. Two-two, smacked through the hole, right side and into right field, a base hit. So an RBI single for Daniel Hernandez, 3-0 Knights. So entering the batter's box for the first time of the ball game is Christian Garcia. Garcia batting .216 on the season. 25 hits, 17 driven in. He's got runners at first and second with still 1 out, which brings in the infield fly into effect. Garcia out of Houston, Texas, a junior. Five doubles on the season, an opportunity here to add to this 3-0 lead. A good start for the Knights. First pitch in there for a cold strike and a 2-seam fastball. Nice movement on it. That's one thing Duncan uses. That 2-seam fastball has a lot of horizontal movement. Starts out and moves in on the right-handed batters. Here's a breaky ball that he stays back on. Garcia out in center, looks this one up. Leg feints toward third base a couple of steps and then stops right there. And there's 2 down in the inning. So it brings in the catcher of Jordan Hartley. 8th batter of the inning. 286 hitter, 12 hits, 8 driven in. flares this one over toward third, but right at the third baseman Cutler, who settles under it and makes the catch to end the inning. But a good inning for the Knights. They get 3 across. We've played 1, 3-0 KCU. Back after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the second inning, 3-0 KCU. Steele, Aristi, and Cutler, the 3 due up this inning for the Rams. Great inning to start things off for the Knights after they got 5 singles and plated 3 runs. Anytime you get a 3 spot in the first inning, that's a good way to start things off. Just some, timely hitting that found some holes and ran it through. And again, any ball you get up in the air today at times is going to make it a very difficult play in the outfield as the ball hanging up in that wind with the wind blowing in and out of that left field corner. It makes it tough at times. So the leadoff hitter will be the catcher of Sean Steele. Still a graduate student out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Batting .254 on the season. 31 hits, 22 driven in, 9 doubles on the year. He looks at a fastball up and in. 0-1. Still with 3 long balls on the season as well for this Bluefield team. He lays off that pitch as it stays down out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, 2 roped foul down underneath the tarp. Bluefield donning the color scheme of the Atlanta Braves in those jerseys today. 3-1 to the catcher. Now leadoff batter here in the second. This is where Ramos really got to bear down and work with his defense behind him in a 3-0 lead. This one's lifted to the moon. Down the line left field, Ty Scott coming in. Calls off his shortstop of Jan Rivera, who was almost all the way out in the outfield with him. And a nice catch there by Scott for the first out of inning number 2. So with 1 away, designated hitter of Moises Aristi comes in. .227 hitter, 25 hits, 17 driven in. He's ahead 2-0. Three balls and no strikes to Aristi. Aristi, a senior out of Bowie, Maryland. The 3-0. Right down the pipe for a cold strike. Took a little bit off that one and found the zone. Nice pitch there by Ramos. at the belt, but misses inside for ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Aristi. So the third baseman of Dylan Cutler steps in. Cutler, a graduate student out of North Fort Myers, Florida. 296 hitter on the season. He ropes this one through the hole on the right side. I don't know what's going on. Everybody was frozen, and I believe we're going to have a dead ball. And they're going to bring it back. Everybody was frozen when the ball went into play. It just kind of stood still. So we have they've got a balk that has been called on Ramos. So no pitch at the plate, and Aristi moves out to second base. I did not hear a verbal call. That was the reason I was kind of confused on that until they made the runner stay at second. Pitch gets down in the dirt, 1-0. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Raked foul on the third base side. Another foul ball, this time to the right side. And the count goes to 2-2. Cutler battling at the plate as he squirts that one foul over top the first base dugout. Home plate umpire needs some baseballs. Cutler 5 doubles, a triple on the year. Ramos would love a strikeout right here, or a ground ball somewhere in the infield. 2-2 pitch, nearly gets him. Payoff pitch. Out towards short, and a high hop off the glove of Rivera into left field. And the runners will be at the corners.
Left fielder number 7, Aiden Brown.
So Cutler reaches on the error, I believe. So Aiden Brown steps in, fouls this one away. Count evens at 1-1. At the corners with 1 out. Spikes that one low, 2-1. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound to talk with Mr. Ramos. In the second of 3 games in this series. Yesterday, a back-and-forth battle. Bluefield was the one that took the lead to start things off early. Got 2 in the first inning. KCU answered with 1 in the third. That was our score through 4. Bluefield put 2 across in the 5th. KCU answered with 2 in the bottom half of that inning. They tied the game at 4 in the bottom of the 6th. Then Bluefield pushed 1 back across in the 7th, and that proved to be enough for a 5-4 victory. Bluefield with 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. KCU 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. So the meeting at the mound commences. 2 balls and 1 strikes for Mr. Ramos. And he gets Brown to offer at that one very late on a pitch that was at his hands. He fouls it away, and the count goes to 2-2 on the foul ball. Two. Fouled away. The 2-2. Downstairs, 3-2. Not the inning you want to have here after getting a 3 spot in the first inning to take the lead. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Aristi at third, Cutler at second, Brown over at first. And that'll bring in the right fielder of Nico Guerrera. 234 hitter, 18 hits, 11 driven in. Guerrera squirts this one up the first base side in a foul ball. Corners in, middle back. And Ramos struggling to find the zone. Freshman's got to bear down here, trying to get out of a jam. And he's ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 ducks on the pond for the Rams, trying to play to run. Cut into this 3-run deficit here in the top of the second inning. Ramos 2-1. Slow roller out towards short. Will they get 2? They will. The second inning with a twin killing as Rivera and Garcia flip it around, and Ramos pitches out of a jam here in the second. We played an inning and a half. KCU leads at 3-0. Back for more after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, the Knights flashing some leather in this ball game. 2 innings, 2 inning-ending double plays. The first one was a line out to third that doubled off the runner at first, and then a 6-4-3 double play as the defense getting behind the freshman of Christian Ramos. And they lead it 3-0 as we go to the home half of the second inning. Max Johnson and him back to the top of Ty Scott and Markwell. Nick Duncan, 28 pitches to get through that first inning. Knights smacked him around with 5 hits. Bluefield still searching for their first hit of the ball game. Duncan's done a really good job mixing his pitches. A good fastball and that breaking ball that has some really good right to left movement. But the Knights have been able to stay on him and poke some balls through some holes on both sides of the field. So Max Johnson will lead things off for us here in the home second, a .265 hitter, 22 hits, 15 driven in with 6 doubles. Johnson, a freshman out of Hazard, Kentucky, down in the southeastern part of the state. That two-seam fastball is in there for a call and strike. That is a filthy pitch when it's on. See a lot of pitchers that don't use the two-seam. They stay with a four-seam, but you get so much more movement with that two-seam pitch, and then comes back right there with that slider for a call and strike. 0-2. Duncan trying to make quick work of Johnson to start the second. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball off the end of the bat. A one hopper out toward the second baseman. Falls down, comes up, and they can't make the play. Ball kicks out of the glove.
Now bat number 30, Ty Scott.
I believe the play will go as an error, and that's what I would have scored as. So back to the top of the order and Ty Scott. Scott 0 for 1. Flight out to center field his first time through. So second error of the ball game for the first error of the ball game, my mistake. Both teams with an error in the contest. Scott behind 0-2. Oh, excuse me, he is not. That's 1-0, my mistake. I looked at the scoreboard. Wind really howling here at the ballpark. And he dots the eye on that outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Scott yesterday went 1 for 5. Scored a run. The 1-1 runner going. It's a low pitch and still can't do anything with it as Johnson will slide in safely. And a runner in scoring position here for the Knights in the home second inning. So Johnson picks up the stolen base. And now an opportunity for Mr. Scott to poke in another run. Two-one pitch, hard hit ball, back to short. It'll move the runner to third. Vega makes the strong throw across, but a productive out for the Knights as they move a runner 90 feet away from home plate. One down in the inning. Good job there by Scott to get a ball deep in the hole enough to where that allowed the runner to move over to third. No different there than a sacrifice bunt. You know, there's a lot of people that talk about the conversations. Would that be considered a sacrifice ball, basically like a sacrifice hit? You did something with the ball in play that allowed a runner to successfully move to a place. But either way, it's going to work out nicely for the Knights there. As now infield comes in. And Austin Markwell steps in, who's 1 for 1. Just wants to loft one over top the infielder's heads here. A 1 pitch. Misses wide. 1-1. 3-0 KCU, but threatening here in the home second. That's in there for a called strike 1-2. Markwell came off the bench. Pinch hit yesterday. Went 2 for 3, drove in 3 runs. Duncan set from the stretch. The 1-2. Goes upstairs and misses away, 2-2. Rivera in the on-deck circle will go next. 2-2 from Duncan. Foul tip that one into the mid, and Steele hangs on for the first out. Or excuse me, the second out here in the second.
Now batting, number 17, Jan Rivera.
So now Jan Rivera steps in. Rivera 1 for 1. Singled through the left side his first time through. That allows the infield to settle back now with 2 down in the inning. Rivera batting nearly 400 coming into the ball game. And a sharp breaking ball that tumbles in late but stays up out of the zone 1-0. Rivera yesterday 1 for 2 with a run scored, 2 walks. The 1-0. Floats this one out toward left. Brown coming on, settles under it, and will make the catch to end the inning. The Knights leave 1, but they lead at 3-0 through 2. We're back to Grayson for more after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Top of the third inning, Garcia, Vega, and Greenewalt, 3 scheduled to come to the plate. 9 in the top for the visiting Rams. Still looking for their first hit of the ball game. And Christian Ramos, 44 pitches through 2 innings, but has really been bailed out with his defense. With back-to-back inning-ending double plays in the first and the second inning, including getting out of a bases-loaded jam there in the second. So Ray Garcia will lead things off, a graduate student for the visiting Rams out of Bluefield, Virginia. Just across the border there where West Virginia and Virginia come together. There's a Bluefield, West Virginia and a Bluefield, Virginia. They're actually there in Bluefield, Virginia, so on the other side of the river of it. But KCU and Bluefield have a storied history with each other, being around for quite some time. So the center fielder settles in. He chops this one right back to Ramos inside the mound. He'll take it and flip it to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start here in the visiting third inning. So take us back to the top of the order, and Andres Vega. There's a one-hopper out to Garcia at second base. And two quick ones here for Mr. Ramos in the third inning. So now John Greenewalt will step in. Walked his first time through on 4 straight pitches. And he rakes this one out to second. And it's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Knights here in the third. We've played 2.5. 3-0 KCU. Back after this on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Inning, 3-0 Knights. 3-pitch inning. You can't ask for much better than that. As Christopher Ramos has done a phenomenal job of working out of a jam at that inning. He just went out and said, here it is, and let the defense work behind him. Alvear, Legg, and Hernandez, all three with singles. Alvear and Hernandez have driven in a run. Bluefield still searching for their first hit of the ball game. Got a couple of base runners, an error and a walk. Has been the only one so far. So Fidel Alvear will lead things off for the Knights. Alvear yesterday 0 for 1, had a strikeout before being lifted for Markwell. Singled through the right side his first time today and drove home a run in that 3-run first inning. He chops this one over toward third on the high hop Cutler. He'll fire it across. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Rams. So Justin Legg steps in. Singled past the shortstop his first time today. Legg yesterday came in and pitch hit, went 0 for 1. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Wind getting a little bit less of a bite on it coming in from the window here in the press box, but you walk outside right now for the press box, it feels like the temperature changes about 15 degrees for the good. Gets him with that slider. He comes up empty, 0-2. Right-hander ready to go back to work. Here's the 0-2. Goes with a slider again. That stays down and away, 1-2. Outfield really guarding the gaps more, giving the lines up. As both Brown and Guerra, or almost more into the gap than they are anywhere near the outfield lines. And then you've got Garcia playing straight up in center. Here's the 2-2. In there for called strike 3. It kicks away from Steele. He'll make the throw down to first base for the second out of the inning. So Daniel Hernandez steps in. 1 for 1 with an RBI today. Hernandez yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Change up down and away for a ball. That's one pitch I've noticed with Duncan today. He's not had a lot of control is that change up. He likes to throw it to the lefties a lot, though. His slider fastball has been kind of his combination. 1-0 pitch. This one's fouled away. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Duncan looking for a clean inning here in the home third. Right-hander kicks and deals. That one down and away, 2-1. Garcia would go next if the inning continues. Here's the 2-1 offering. Fouled straight back onto the net, 2-2. Sun-filled skies over top of Grayson here on this 12th day of April. Starting to see some foliage pop green into the trees. 2-2 spiked in the dirt. The count goes to full. Weird, it felt like it was just yesterday that I was looking across the way and talking about how the trees were starting to change colors back during soccer and football season, and now here we are in baseball season watching everything turn from brown to green. Hernandez awaits the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. Knights go quietly in the third, 3-0 through 3. We're back to Grayson after this on Kool TV.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every epic stuffed crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff in our crust. And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next.
The new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Top of the fourth inning. Heart of the order due up this inning for the Rams. Sturgis, Steele, and Aristi. Ramos needed only 3 pitches to retire the side in the third. Induced 3 ground balls and let his defense work behind him. He had 1 back to himself and then 2 over to second at Garcia. Rams still looking for their first hit of the ballgame. That one spikes in the dirt. off the chest protector of Mr. Hartley. Sturgey 0 for 3 yesterday with a run driven in on a walk and a strikeout. He's ahead 2-0. Three balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter. Almost ready to go back to work. Pipes that one in there for a called strike. Umpire's a very weird strike call. He doesn't point. 3-1. Down and away, ball 4, and a leadoff runner aboard. So it brings in the catcher of Sean Steele. Still yesterday, 1 for 5 with a double. Still 0 for 1 today. Flying out to left his first time through. Hit a towering fly ball out to Scott. Check him down at first base. They say he did not offer. Ramos got to find the control again. The 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. We'll keep you abreast on KCU softball playing Union today over at the Sports Park in Grayson. There's a towering fly ball in the infield. Rivera coming in from behind the mound, battling the sun and the wind and makes the catch. 1 away in the inning. That's a tough play. Again, with the way that wind is blowing today, he gets up in that jet stream and hang on. So Steele retired for the first out of the inning, and the designated hitter of Moises Aristi climbs in. Walked in his only at-bat today. Sends this one down the right side and out of play. Watching the flag away from the mast out on the football field. Just kind of blowing back toward the hitters, just moving right, left. Nice pitch down in the dirt. Tried to get Aristi to offer, but he would not go. Kind of evens in a ball and a strike. One 1 in at the belt, but just too far in. 2-1. Aristi 1 for 3 yesterday in that 5-4 victory. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. Count evens at 2-2. Only runs of the ballgame thus far coming on the 3-run first inning. Knights had 4 hits in that frame. Two from Ramos. Misses high with a fastball, and the count goes full. Ramos has walked 4 batters. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. That's number 5. And there's 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th. Let's see if that's going to be all for Mr. Ramos, or is he going to get one more batter? And it looks like he will get one more. So Dylan Cutler will step in, 0 for 1. Reached on an error by Rivera out at short. First pitch to him is downstairs for a ball. And now Rivera's going to walk in very smartly. Give his freshman a few moments just to kind of settle things down, try to talk him up a bit. Hey, look, my man, you got to throw a strike here. We're behind you. Also gives those guys over the bullpen loosening a little bit extra time to continue to get ready. I can only see one of the two that's over there. One of them's Andrew Combs, a sophomore right-hander. And the other arm tossing is Logan Martin, number 6. Had to stand up to see him. He was blocked by the top of the dugout. Thank you on the other side over there. And they got a balk on the pitcher. His second of the ball game. So both runners move up 90 feet. And now they're going to bring the infield in, or, well, before they do anything, we're going to get a visit to the mound. That may be all for Mr. Ramos. And that's going to be it. They've made the call toward the bullpen. One of the right-handers is coming on. We'll step out for a break. We'll tell you about it when we return. 3-0 as we are in the top of the 4th inning. Back after this on Kool TV.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 4th inning with 2 on and nobody out, or 1 out, excuse me. And Andrew Combs is going to take over on the bump. Combs will make his 10th appearance on the season with a 2-6 record, a 7.9 ERA, 35 and a third innings of work, 45 hits, 31 strikeouts, 24 walks, 36 runs allowed. 31 of those have been earned. He'll take over with a 1-0 count at the plate to the third baseman Dylan Cutler, and runners at second and third. Real quickly, let's jump over to softball as Union and KCU just getting things underway over at the Sports Park in Grayson. We'll keep you abreast on that one as the game goes away. They're playing the first of 2 games today. Senior day for the Knights over in the Sports Park, so we'll keep you up to date of how things are rolling in that one. Big hello to my good friend Doc Bender tuning in, watching us today, sitting over at home, probably a good stone's throw away from where we currently sit. So Dylan Cutler with 2 runners in scoring position. Rams still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Both of the runners belong to Ramos, who will exit with 1 out here in the 4th inning. So Cutler settles back in as the right-hander Andrew Combs will go to work. Sophomore out of Jackson, Kentucky, and sends this one downstairs for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. Fastball at the knees, nice pitch, 2-1. Combs looking for an out here. Corner's pinched in. At least third over at Markwell is. Alvear playing even with the bag at first. This one's going to kick away from the catcher. That's going to allow a run to come home and score. And the wild pitch makes it a 3-1 ball game. Both runners advance Bluefield gets their first run of the ball game. And Cutler trying to reach for the first time today. Combs with a 3-1. That one's out to right. Should be deep enough to allow the runner to tag. And they're not going to try the arm of Justin Legg as he uncorks one and makes a nice one-hopper throw to the plate, and Aristi's going to stay over at third base. So a nice throw there to get the second out of the inning and keep it at a 3-1 contest. So Aiden Brown steps in, the left fielder. Braden Brown walked his first time through today. 16 RBIs on the season. Would love to get number 17 and bring Aristi to the plate. The 1-0. Lifted skyward, center field. Johnson camping underneath it. Makes the catch and ends the inning. Bluefield plates a run, but they leave a runner at third. We're through 3.5. KCU leads at 3-1. Back after this on.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care. 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
The bottom of the fourth inning we go. Do up this inning for the Knights, Garcia, Hartley, and Johnson. Bottom three of the order. Bluefield, 1 run on no hits and error. KCU 3 runs, 5 hits and error. Book is closed on Christopher Ramos. He goes 3 1/3 innings. No hits, 1 run, it was earned. Did not strike out a batter, he walked 5. So the bottom three of the order for the Knights, trying to add to this lead after Bluefield gets one back in the visiting half of the inning on a wild pitch after Andrew Combs comes in. So Christian Garcia, steps in. Garcia 0 for 1 today. Flying out to center his first time through. Beautiful afternoon here in Grayson. Actually starting to warm up. I don't know if that's from the temperatures outside or the dual heaters that my producer has he wrapped around his legs right now here in the press box. Garcia 0 for 3 yesterday. Duncan back to work, the 0-1. Slider misses away, 1-1. Garcia out of Houston, Texas, a junior. Duncan kicks and deals. 1-1, and it's blistered right back up the middle for a base hit. 6th hit of the ball game for the Knights, and they've got the leadoff runner aboard here in the 4th inning. So that brings in the catcher of Jordan Hartley. Hartley 0 for 1, lined out to third, his first time through today. Hartley yesterday 2 for 4. Drove in a run, also had a strikeout. Big open stance there on that left-handed side. He blisters this one down the line. That one's going to fall in for a base hit. Garcia's going to go first to third, and the Knights are going to have them at the corners with nobody out here in the home fourth. Going to run it for the catcher over at first. As coming on to run is Trey Martin. So Hartley with his first hit of the ball game. Back-to-back singles for the Knights, much like the way the first inning set up when they played at 3. So Max Johnson 0 for 1 steps in. Reached on an error by the second baseman his first time through. Martin was caught stealing yesterday. Here's a bunt over onto the first base side. Nobody's there, and everybody's going to be safe. Duncan and Sturgey both came toward the ball. Greenewald did not cover the bag, and it's going to be an RBI single, and it's 4-1.
Now batting number 30, Ty Scott.
Yeah, I can't go to a fielder's choice because there was no fielder's choice that was made. There was the play was there, and nobody was there. So back to the top of the order we go, and Ty Scott. They're going to try to punch this one down the first base side, and it goes foul. So Johnson picks up the hit and the RBI. And the Knights answer with a run here in the home fourth. And they push the lead back to 3. 8 hits in the afternoon here for KCU after getting 8 yesterday through the 9-inning affair in game number 1 of this series. Trying to even the series at a game apiece. Corners in, middle, back for double play depth. Scott hits this one deep to center. Garcia turning back into the gap, makes the catch. Martin's going to tag and come to third. And again, another productive out by Ty Scott as the runners will be at the corners with 1 away. They get Ty Scott 0 for 3 today, but he has had a productive 0 for 3 afternoon. 2 of the balls that he's put in play has moved runners over. So now it's up to Austin Markwell to try to add to this lead. 1 for 2 today. A single and a strikeout. Martin at third, Johnson over at first. 4-1 here in the fourth. Shows bunt, puts this one down. They're going to come to the plate, and they got him at the plate. And they're going to come out and have a conversation about this one. Let's take a look at the replay on it now after Coach has his say. That's a tough one right there. No commentary needed after Coach is pleading a case that he says. So it's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 1-2 on the putout. So 2 in scoring, still 2 on now with 2 outs though. And Jan Rivera steps in. He'll poke this one out into shallow right center field. That one's going to drop for a single. Johnson comes to the plate. They'll throw toward third. Moving out toward second base on the throw is Rivera. Now they've got the runner caught in a rundown, and he's going to get back to the bag as Markwell somehow gets out of the pickle. And the Knights pushing all kinds of buttons against the Rams, but a RBI single from Jan Rivera makes it 5-1. So Fidel Alvear comes in, 1 for 2. Rolls this one over on the third base side for a foul ball. Josh Towers going to bring his first baseman over and have a quick word with him here. Two big runs standing out there on the bags right now at second and third with Rivera and Markwell. (5-1) Knights here in the home fourth, but an opportunity to blow the top off of this one if they could find a way to push both runners across. Outfield has shallowed up significantly too here in this inning. 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1-1. One lifted skyward, right side. Guerra's got that one over top of his head, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. Both runners are coming to the plate. Alvear's going to motor in with a stand-up 2 RBI double, and the Knights have blown it open here in the fourth. It's 7-1. Got it up into the jet stream, and the wind did the rest. And it was as I was talking about there, as Guerra had really shallowed up over in right field. That's the one place I would want to be the deepest in the ballpark, as he got torched on that one. So Alvear comes through big. He's 2 for 3 today with 3 RBIs. And a 4 spot here in the home half of the fourth inning. And the Knights have taken a 6-run lead. So now Justin Legg steps in, 1 for 2. He looks at a pitch downstairs for a ball. Some 2-out magic here for the Knights. Lex singled his first time and then struck out in his last at-bat. Alvear leaking away from second base as Duncan pipes this one in there, and it's fouled away as the count goes to 1-1. KCU trying to even up the series at 1 after falling yesterday 5-4 in a very good ball game. Trying to force the rubber match in game number 3 today. And the swing and the miss comes up empty there on the slider, 1-2. Bluefield using the pitch comm system. As see Steele calling out the signs to his pitcher. 1-2 pitch. Slider kicks away. Steele's going to come up, and Alvear's going to take an additional 90. Steele thought about making the throw, but decided to stick it in the back pocket, so move Alvear up on the wild pitch. And it's 2's wild across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 7-1 Knights here in the fourth. Two. Gets that one in there on a nice breaking ball for a called strike 3. And that'll end the inning. But the Knights played 4 runs on 5 hits. They leave a runner. We played 4. 7-1 KCU. Back after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 5th inning. 7-1 KCU after a 4-run fourth. Guerra, Garcia, and back to the top of the order of Vega to up this inning for the visiting Rams. Checking in at scoreboard on softball, KCU leads that one 2-1. That game in the bottom of the second inning. Our scoreboard's covering up their scoreboard, that's why. So the Knights with 3 runs in the first, 4 there in the fourth after Bluefield plated a run on a wild pitch. And now Andrew Combs will come out to start his second inning of work. And he'll work off the bottom of the order. Nico Guerrero will start things off 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play that ended the second inning after Bluefield had loaded the bases. The first pitch is fouled away. Guerrero yesterday 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Count evens at 1-1. Comes back to work. Filthy breaking ball that comes up empty, 1-2. Goes to it again. This one's off the end of the bat and drifts foul as Hartley gives it a look. Can't get there. Here's the 1-2. Fastball at the knees, called strike 3. Hartley had to make the throw down. Looked like it popped out of his glove as he was going for the transfers. Take a look at it on the instant replay. Yeah, that was a transfer. That wasn't a drop strike 3. Either way, he makes the play down to first base for the first out of the ball game. Or the ball game of the 5th inning. God, I hope it's not the ball game. That's a called strike as Ray Garcia steps in. 0 for 1. Garcia grounded out his only time through today. One and 1. Garcia yesterday 1 for 3. Scored 2 runs. Had a double. 1-1. Breaking ball stays down out of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Two 2-1 offering. Big swing and a miss. 2-2. Bluefield have had base runners, but they've been off of walks and an error. 5 walks and an error has had the only base runners aboard for the visiting Rams. Ramos gave up 5 free passes in his 3 1/3 innings of work. Payoff pitch. Misses wide, ball 4 in the 6th free pass by Knights pitching today. Has Garcia on with 1 out here in the 5th as we go back to the top of the order. So Andres Vega will step in. Line out to right and a ground out to second. He's 0 for 2. Vega 2 for 4 yesterday with a run driven in and a run scored. And Garcia is going to need a moment on the throwback over, and not the place that you want a ball to connect with you on a throwback over. We'll just leave it at that. Well, we got a break in the action. Let's jump over and take a look at some softball action. Union's grabbed the lead now, 3-2. That game in the top of the second inning. Senior day for the Knights over at the sports park today. Knights with 3 big wins last weekend. They had to move the series over to Raceland due to the heavy rains that we had in the area, and the sports park was pretty much flooded over, so they could not do anything with the games over there, so they moved over there and had a really good outing, taking a 3-1 mark out of the 4 games that they played. Went 1-1 out with the CIU matchup and then swept Milligan. 7-1 here in the 5th. Garcia still being attended to by the athletic training staff. Union threatening to add to its lead. So they lead at 3-2 in the top of the 2nd inning over there in the first of the Twin Bill this afternoon. You can just turn it off, turn it back on. That's all it would do. There you go. There's your scoreboard. So Garcia is back to the bag at first base. He seems to be in better spirits. Did see a little bit of a smile from him over there, but man, he is still in an uncomfortable predicament right now. You can see a look on his face. He had Combs sharing a laugh there together as Combs tried to pick him off, so everything's good to go. Good to see Garcia jump back up and get himself back in the ball game. So we'll go back to action here, and Vega steps in 0 for 2. Over to third, this could be 2, 5, 4. Can they get it? No. Will not be able to turn the double play, but they get the lead runner of Garcia out at second base, and he'll take a gingerly jog back to the dugout as there's 2 down in the inning. So John Greenewalt steps in, the second baseman. 0 for 1 with a walk today. That one's at the knees, a called strike on the fastball, 0-1. Sturgey would go next if the inning continues. That one's down and away for 1-1. A 1 blistered back through the middle in the first base hit of the ball game for the visiting Rams. It comes with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th as Greenewalt connects on the single, and there's 2 on with 2 down. So Nick Sturgey steps in, the first baseman, 0 for 1. Lined him on a double play and walked his last time through. He chops the breaking ball foul down the third base side. Catcher Sean Steele in the on-deck circle would go next. Combs from the belt, takes a look back at Vega at second base. Comes plateward, and that one kicks away from the catcher, and the count evens at 1-1. Both runners will stay put. 1 run on 1 hit, an error for the Rams. 7 runs, 10 hits, an error for KCU. 3 runs in the first for the Nines. Bluefield got 1 in the 4th. KCU answered with 4 more in the 4th. That's where we currently stand in a 7-1 ball game. That one misses low on the fastball, 2-1. Combs with a deep breath, pipes that one in there, and the fastball misses high, 3-1. So after 2 quick outs, now the Knights get themselves in a bad predicament. Combs got to come to him here on a 3-1 pitch. He does, and it's chopped down the third base side, and that gets foul. So So both runners will get a head start now on the payoff pitch with 2 down. Sturgey settles back in. Combs got to come to him here on a payoff pitch. At the knees, outside corner, called strike 3 to end the inning. Bluefield leaves 2. They get their first hit of the ball game. They still trail at 7-1. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Call to the bullpen for the Rams as we head to the bottom of the 5th with Hernandez, Garcia, and Hartley due up for the night. As it's going to be the southpaw of Jaden Rose coming in. Rose will make his 10th appearance on the season without a record, a 2.84 ERA, 19 innings of work, 17 hits, 21 strikeouts, and 12 walks, 6 runs. All of those have been earned. Duncan's final line goes as this: 4 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned, struck out 4, did not walk a batter. Rose, a freshman out of Fisherville, Virginia. He'll get the bottom half of the order, 6, 7, and 8, due up this inning for KCU. Designated hitter Daniel Hernandez will lead things off. Hernandez 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Drove in a run back in the first inning. So the southpaw will go from the stretch. First pitch rolled over toward first. Sturgey flips to Rose, and he'll beat him at the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice play there at first on the flip. 3-1 on the putout. So brings in Christian Garcia.
Now batting number 8, Chris Garcia.
Garcia 1 for 2 in the ball game. A fly out and a single, both of those to center field. Hartley awaits in the on-deck circle, will go next. Fastball gets away from him, upstairs, 1-0. Game 3 will follow this one in approximately 30 minutes. Knights trying to even the series at 1 and force the rubber match in game number 3. 1-0 from Rose. That one's in there for a called strike. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Wind has somewhat died down a little bit, not a lot, but it has kind of eased for the moment, but it has been howling here at times. We've seen it play into effect to some of the fly balls out in the outfield. 2 balls and a strike. Balls out and left and towards center have been hanging up, and we had a ball down the right field line that got up in the jet stream and nearly got pushed out of here. 2-1. 3 balls and a strike to the Knights' second baseman. The 3-1. That one's in the gap, right center field, a base hit. That one's going to get past the right fielder. Guerra will haul it in. It's going to be a single and an error. And the Knights have something cooking here in the 5th.
Now batting number 25, Jordan Hartley.
So Garcia picks up his second hit of the afternoon. So Jordan Hartley steps in, 1 for 2. A line out and a single. He went after that one and it was over his head with a swinging strike. He had bad intentions with that swing. This is a day, if you're a lefty, it's your day. If you can get one up in the jet stream, you could chase one out of here pretty quickly. Here's the 0-1. He hits this one deep to center field. Garcia turning and running back at the warning track, makes the catch. It's going to allow Garcia to tag and move from second to third. But there's 2 down in the inning. A very loud out off the bat of Hartley. But it does allow the runner to move into scoring position. And Max Johnson, the center fielder, comes in.
Now batting number 5, Max Johnson.
Johnson had a bunt single his last time through. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Top of the order of Ty Scott in the on-deck circle would go next. Rose buries that one into the dirt, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike to the center fielder for the Knights. 11 hits in this ball game, a 7-1 lead here in the home 5th. 2-1. Off the end of the bat and dribbles up the first baseline for a foul ball as the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia standing there at third, trying to add to this lead and make it 8-1. Johnson to the plate, hammered toward the third baseman. Cutler picks a running throw, and that'll end the inning. Knights leave a runner on board. We've played 5. 7-1 Knights in front of the Rams. We're back to Grayson for more after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. 7-1 KCU. Seal, Aristi, and Cutler do up this inning. 4, 5, and 6. Andrew Combs will keep the ball and can try to maintain this sizable lead that they opened up in the 4th inning after plating 4 runs in that frame. Christopher Ramos, outside of the walks, did a great job. He did not give up a hit In the 3 1/3 innings that he worked, he got some really good defense behind him. His third inning, he needed 3 pitches. 3 ground balls, 1 back to him, 2 to second to get out of the inning. Wiggled out of a jam in the first inning with a line out to third that doubled off the runner at first base, and then had the bases loaded in the second and induced a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning there. So Sean Seal will step in. My apologies. I know I have been miscalled. I've said Steele. I had his name typed in wrong on my stat sheet. That is my mistake, and I will own it. On the screen it was correct, but in my app here that I keep stats with, I did have that incorrect, and that is my mistake. So Seal ahead 1-0. Lifts this one skyward, and it'll get out of play. One. Up and in, 2 balls and a strike. No action in the bullpen for the Knights at the moment. So they're going to ride Combs here and try to finish this one out with just the 2 arms. 2-1. Hot shot down the line, third base, but a foul ball. Count evens at 2-2. 330 down the line in left, 325 in right, 380 in the power alleys, and 400 to straightaway center field is the dimensions here at the ballpark. Breeze in the hitter's face for much of the ball game today, kind of blowing over toward that right field corner at times. Combs is 2-2. Hot chop out toward the shortstop. Rivera with a backhand pick, a long throw. That's a heck of a play either way, deep in the hole. It's going to be an infield single. But Rivera with a pick and the throw, nearly cutting down Seal over at first base. So Moises Aristi will come on. Get a courtesy runner for the catcher over at first base. Number 15, Lahaki. This one lifted skyward out into the gap. Coming over and making the catch is the center fielder, Max Johnson. One away here in the 6th. So in comes the third baseman of Dylan Cutler, 0 for 2. Breaking ball gets past the catcher Hartley to the backstop, and that'll put the runner up to second base. That one hit him up high. A bit of a frustration there as he turned to toss the bat down the line, so a hit batter puts Cutler on board. So 2 on, 1 out, and the left fielder Aiden Brown comes in. A walk and a fly out to center. Hits this one towards second. That one's going to kick through and a base go into right field. They're going to hold all runners there. They will score that in the head, and I think that's a correct call there as well, as it took a high hop as he had to make a long range just to get to that ball, as he was in double play depth. So bases juiced down for the Rams for the second time in the ball game. And we got a new batter of Matt Basickler. Sickler on the season. He's 0 for 12. 7 strikeouts. He sits in a 1-1 count. Lahaki at third, Cutler out at second, Brown over at first. Corners in, middle back for the defense. That was in the dirt, 2-1. Very quickly, action starts to get up in the Knights bullpen. Looks like Logan Martin up throwing again. Combs trying to wiggle out of a jam here in the 6th. The 2-1. Slapped out towards short. Could be 2, 6, 4, 3. Double play. The third double killing of the ball game by the Knights defense. The second time it's gone 6-4-3. And the Knights defense pulling out another rabbit out of the hat as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. In a 7-1 ball game. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-1. KCU leads it. 3 inning-ending double plays for the Knights defense here today. 2 of those 6-4-3 routines. Ty Scott, Austin Markwell, Jan Rivera will lead things off here in the visiting 6th of this second game of this 3-game series. Andrew Combs worked himself into a jam, but he got out of it with his defense playing behind him. That's sometimes as a pitcher, that's what you've got to do. You just got to let your guy work. You know, one thing I forgot to do, I've got to figure out what the name of this song is. I've been trying to pick it out, and I've not been able to do it. I will find out. It's Beethoven. I knew that, but I can't remember which one. Listen, I'm just shocked that Tom Malonis could come up with Beethoven that quickly. That's not exactly in his repertoire of music likes. Scott quickly behind 0-2. Scott today 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and another fly out. 2 of his last 3 outs, though, have been very productive outs as he's moved runners from second to third in both of those at-bats. Sun settling behind the cloud cover for just a moment. 0-2 pitch. Misses down and away, 1-2. Beautiful sun-filled skies today with some white puffy clouds hanging over top the ballpark. Started in the low 50s at first pitch. It's been breezy at times. Wind has died down since, though. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Listen, it said it was 63 real feel when we started the ballgame. I bet it says it's 89 now with the way it feels out. Currently says real feel at 56. The temperature of 56 degrees here in a mid-Saturday afternoon matinee. Ball lifted skyward out to center. Garcia comes on, makes the grab, 1 down.
Now batting number 9, Austin Markwell.
So stepping in now for the Knights is the third baseman, Austin Markwell, 1 for 3 today. A single, a strikeout, and bunted into a fielder's choice on a play that was recorded an out at the plate. It was still questionable. That's a fastball in the outside corner by Jaden Rose. 0-1. Jan Rivera goes next. The 0-1. A little excuse me swing as he rolls this one up the first baseline. Quickly 0-2. Union leading KCU 7-2. Yeah, it's very tough because both teams are wearing black today over in softball. It was weird. I had a softball game last night in high school. Both teams were white. The 0-2. Foul tipped into the mid for strike number 3. 2 down in the inning. So Jan Rivera will step in. Rivera 2 for 3 today. An RBI. Pair of singles flanking a fly out to left. Alvear stands in the on-deck circle, will go next. Lifts this one skyward on the first base side. Sturgey giving a little look, and he's going to run out of real estate as he gets over the fence for a foul ball. My camera operator, she is going through all kinds of fits today with his son. She sets the camera for the cloud, and then it gets dark. Then he brings it back down, and the sun comes out. The life of a videographer. Rose with a long hold. Fouls this one away at the plate. The wind dancing back up yet again. No balls and 2 strikes on Jan Rivera. Comes down and in as he makes Rivera bend out of the way. (7-1) here in the 6th. Southpaw set with a 1-2 to Rivera. Here it comes. This one's lifted into the air, out to center field. Garcia has a beat on it. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Knights go quietly in the 6th. We've played 6, 7-1. Back after this on Kool TV.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every Epic Stuffed Crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff into our crust. And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next.
The new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
Off to the top of the 2nd inning, or top of the 7th inning, excuse me. Garcia in the top. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Bluefield, 7-11 and 1 for KCU. Andrew Combs will keep the ball. Nice trying to pick up only their 3rd conference win of the season. So currently in the midst of an 8-game losing streak. And not that they've been blown out in games, they just have really struggled finding that niche to get through things. The last series we had them here at home against Reinhardt, 2-0 and 6-2 was 2 of the 3 losses. They fell in 14-5 in the middle game. Lost an 11-10 game to Bryan. 7-3 to Campbellsville, 9-5 to Union, 7-0 Union, and then 5-4 here yesterday. So Ray Garcia will lead things off 0-for-1. Walked in the contest. Pokes this one to the first base side, but a foul ball, quickly 0-2. Straightaway center field, Max Johnson coming on. Dropping back is going to be Jan Rivera, who will make the catch. One down in the inning. So back to the top of the order of Andres Vega coming in. Vega 0-for-3 today. Runs inside, nearly clips him. A line out and a pair of ground outs. Or ground out and a fielder's choice, I should say. He's behind, or quickly ahead, 2-0. Games around Major League Baseball getting up in this hour. We'll keep you abreast on those as we go through the afternoon. 2-0, chopper toward the third base side, and Markwell overruns it. So the error on the third baseman as he just flat overran the ball. Trying to play it off the hop. Didn't get the hop that he wanted. We'll put a one-out base runner aboard and bring in the second baseman of John Greenewalt. Greenewalt 1-for-2 in the ball game. A walker ground out and then singled for the first hit of the contest. On a ball hit to center. Combs is wide on that pitch. New catcher behind the plate for the Knights, as Tartleton has taken over for Hartley. 2-0, runner going. Throw down to second base is not in time. So Vegas swipes second base. Count goes to 2-1. Here's a chopper out towards short. Rivera scoops and throws. They get the runner at first base. That'll move Vega over to third, but there's 2 down in the inning. Now the first baseman, Nick Sturgey. Oh for 2 today. Misses down and away for a ball. (7-1) here in the top of the 7th inning. Game 1 of 2 here this afternoon in this twin bill. 1-0. That was a flare to right field, and what a catch by Legg. He was cooked down in right field and somehow threw his glove out and made a great catch to end the inning. Time to stretch here at the ballpark. It's 7-1 Knights. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Alvear, Legg, and Hernandez. 4, 5, and 6. Justin Legg, what a catch that he made out in right field. He broke in on that ball, and it was tailing away from him off that right-handed bat. And he just threw his glove out there and snared it. That may have been an inside-the-park home run if he hadn't grabbed that ball, because it was an absolute laced. So Jaden Rose will start his 3rd inning of work.
Now batting number 13, Alvear.
As Alvear steps in 2 for 3. A single, a double. Not 34 RBIs. I've fat-fingered a key when I've typed that in. As he hits this one out to left field, and 1 pitch, 1 out.
Number 31, Justin Legg.
So now the right fielder, Justin Legg, steps in 1 for 3. Like a senior out of Huntington, West Virginia. Tries to get that one in there at the bell, but he can't find the spot. 1-1. Pokes that one foul on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Union leading KCU 10-2 in softball action over in the sports park. The 1-2. Inside, nearly caught him. Beautiful afternoon, a little cool, the only thing, but certainly beats the heck out of the weather we've seen over the last couple of weeks. We're dry. That's the most important part. 2-2 chopper up the middle. Ranging to the bag is Greenewald. A long throw, and hanging on the bag is Sturgey. Nice play there by the second baseman. A bigger stretch by the first baseman for the second out of the 7th. So Daniel Hernandez steps in 1 for 3. RBI and a strikeout. Garcia would go next if Hernandez reaches. He lays off the first pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Bullpen quiet for the moment for the Knights. No action for the Rams as well. This was a flare over to the third base side and a foul ball. 1-1. Decent crowd on hand here today for both sides, actually. The 1-1. Fouled back. 1 ball, no 2 strikes. Rose Plateward tried to sneak in a breaking ball, but it stays up and in. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Chopped foul on the first base side. Hernandez hangs around for another. Field partially covered in shade, outfield open in sun, as then the sun peeks through and brightens everything up. 2-2. Outside corner misses low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia next. Fernandez can find a way to get on. The payoff pitch. Over to the third base side, gets out of play for a foul ball. We'll try it again on the 3-2. Fouled at the plate. A good AB here by Daniel Hernandez. So lefty digs back in again. Nobody on, 2 down here to 7-1 ball game in the 7th. Another 3-2. He hits this one a ton. Down the line, right side. Look up and see it go. Gone. He hung it in the middle of the plate, and Hernandez turns on it and sends it over the wall in right field. And the freshman tags the long ball and makes it 8-1. His 5th home run of the season, and that one was a no-doubter on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. And he blasts one out of here. If Jacob would have been here, as soon as he hit the ball, he would have started talking over top of me. The 12th hit of the ball game comes on a 3-2 count with 2 down in the inning. And hits an absolute towering shot out of here. He knew it was gone as soon as it left the bat. So the inning will continue, and Christian Garcia, the second baseman, steps in. Count evens at 1-1. Tigers and Twins now underway up in Minnesota. Phillies and Cardinals get ready to get things underway. Called strike. 1-2. That's a wild pitch. It gets past him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Fisted up the line and a foul ball. New catcher Tartleton will go if Garcia reaches. He belts this one down the line in left. A running catch there by Besekler. And that ends the inning. But a towering blast from Daniel Hernandez adds to the lead. We've played 7. It's 8-1 KCU. Back for more after this on Kool TV.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the 8th. 4, 5, and 6 do up this inning. Seal, Aristi, and Cutler. So the Knights coming to the plate in the home half of this inning will have Tartleton, Johnson, and Scott, 8-9 in the top. Hoping they won't need any reason to need the bats, as Combs will come out to go into his 4th inning of work. He's done a great job in relief here today after Ramos gave him 3 1/3 innings of work. So the catcher, Sean Seal, will lead things off 1 for 3. 2 flyouts and a single and a hard ground ball to the end of the hole that Rivera fielded but could not make a throw on. First pitch misses for a ball. This one's fouled away, and the count evens at 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Right-hander back to work. Slapped down the third base side. That's a fair ball. Off the top of the bag and into left. Seal motoring out towards second base. He's going to slam on the brakes. And a leadoff single for the catcher. Good job there by Scott to get that one in quickly. So we'll get the courtesy runner for the catcher. As the hockey will take over. So Moses Aristi 0 for 1 steps in, 2 walks. It's a called strike. Flying out to center field his last time through. Breaking ball finds its way through into right field. And back-to-back singles for Bluefield here in the visiting 8th. Good job there by Lahaki to let that one get through and not make contact with him. So Aristi's first hit of the ball game. And it brings in the third baseman of Dylan Cutler. 0 for 2 today. Hit by a pitch his last time through. He laces this one down the right side. Leg lets that one past him. That one's down in the corner. Does a great job of cutting it off and bringing it back in. It's going to move both runners ahead. And they've got the runner over at third base cooked. Aristi made the turn. They threw behind him. So it'll go 9-4-5 on the putout on the ball that goes to right. But Cutler will pick up an RBI off the play and make it 8-2. Here's a ball out to leg and right at him as he'll make the catch on that one. So 2 down in the inning. Now the left fielder of Matt Besekler steps in. Besekler 0 for 1. Fouls this one away. Two down, 1 on. 8-2, Knights lead it here in the 8th. That one hit him. I heard that one from up here. That was right in the rib cage. So the second hit batter of the ball game has 2 on with 2 outs. And the bottom of the order now of Ray Garcia to the plate, who's 0 for 2. A ground out, a walk, and a fly out in his 3 ABs today. That one misses just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Andres Vega will be due next if the inning should continue. At the worst, they'll be back in the top of the order in the visiting 9th. Trying to cut into this 6-run deficit. That's a nice pitch on the outside corner. Came back to the same location but brought it in just enough to get the call. Count evens at a ball and a strike. One running lead by the runner out at second base as both runners will take the next bag without a throw. Pitch was a ball. It was down and away, so 2-1 now with 2 runners in scoring position. Cutler timed Combs up on that one perfectly. 2-1 breaking ball, sneaks that one in there for a call, strike 2-2. Combs with 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Would love to pick up his 3rd right here. 2's wild across the board. Here it comes. And it's poked out toward the shortstop. Rivera will field and throw. And that'll end the inning. Bluefield strands 2 more. They get 1 back. It's 8-2 as we head to the bottom of inning number 8 after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Bottom of the 8th inning. 8-9 on the top. Two up this inning. Tartleton, Johnson, and Scott. Union in front, 10-3 in softball action. So, looking at the pitching, Combs is going to be on the line for the win of this one, as Ramos did not pitch enough to qualify for the victory. So Combs has come in and worked 4 2/3. It's been some solid baseball that he's worked as well. So Tartleton getting his first swings of the afternoon. The first pitch misses to him downstairs for a ball. Tartleton batting .091 on the season, 1 hit and 11 at-bats. 1 run driven in, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He chops this one to the shortstop side. Vega with a running throw. Sturgey tries to get back but cannot do so. That's going to be an infield single. Heck of a play there by Vega to backhand and flip across. So now Max Johnson comes in. Get a courtesy runner for the catcher as well, as Trey Martin will take over. Johnson 1 for 3. Lifts this one skyward and it gets out of play. Martin 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts. He was caught stealing yesterday. Still with a good arm behind the plate. That one's in there for a called strike, as that one made Max Johnson's head turn toward our home plate umpire and said, "You serious?" Logan Martin continues to loosen in the bullpen. He may get the 9th. That one's in the dirt. 1 and 2. KCU clawing back in softball action. 10-4 they trail it over at the Sports Park on senior day for the Knights. 1-2. Lifted skyward, shallow right center field. Garcia coming on. It's in the Bermuda Triangle. Brown's going to come out of right field to make the catch. 1 away here in the 8th.
Now batting number 30, Ty Scott.
So Ty Scott steps in, 0 for 4. 2 flyouts, 3 flyouts to center, and a ground out. That's in there for a called strike. Scott with a good stick at the top of the lineup. That's the reason the freshman is there. Just not been able to find green grass in this one today. Had some productive outs, though. So he goes upstairs and offers at that one. It comes up empty, 0-2. One on, one out here in the home 8th. Rose goes back to work. The long hold by the southpaw. 0-2, and this one's ripped into the gap, left center field, and that one falls in there for a base hit. So Scott now with a base hit. His first of the afternoon. everybody in the lineup today that has taken a hack at the plate for the Knights has recorded at least one hit. As Scott was the last one to need to do so. So 2 on, 1 out. Austin Markwell 1 for 4 climbs in. He sends this one out of play on the right side. Markwell singled to center his first time through. And then he's got a pair of strikeouts booking in a bunt into a fielder's choice in his last 3 at-bats. A 1, hit out towards second. This could be 2. Greenewalt goes to Vega. He'll come back to first, and that'll end the inning. So a 4-6-3 double play. We've played 8. 8-2 Knights. Top of the order coming through for the visiting Rams as we return to Grayson after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Top of the 9th inning, 8-2 KCU. 1, 2, 3 due up. Varga, Greenewalt, and Sturgey. Trying to make it a 1-1 mark in the series are the Knights. We'll play game 3 at approximately 30 minutes at the conclusion of this one. Andrew Combs is going to try to close it out and pick up the victory. Again, the starting pitcher today of Ramos, he pitched well, but he only threw a 3 1/3 innings. You got to throw 5 innings to qualify. So even though he left with a lead, it then goes to the reliever with the most effective outing. And again, Combs, 4 2/3 innings of work today. Vega 0 for 4 today. Count evens at 1-1 on the foul ball. Again, we'll play game number 2 at approximately 30 minutes when this one concludes. We'll have it on our second stream there. It says game 3, right? The same place we found this one. Here's the 1-1. Over towards second. Garcia flips and throws. 1 down. Knights trying to snap an 8-game losing streak. Trying to pick up only what would be their only 3rd win in conference play. And again, it's not that they've played bad baseball. They've just had an inning that's not gone their way, a ball that's not hopped the way they needed it to, and just not been able to come up with what they need to get that victory. This one would be a big one here if they could get it. A nice breaking ball in there at the belt of John Greenewalt, who's 1 for 3 for this afternoon. That one gets away from Combs as he comes plateward with it. The count evens at 1-1. Greenewalt had the first hit of the ball game today after they went all the way into the 5th without a hit. 2 balls and a strike. Combs searching for his 3rd win of the season. Two 2-1, fouled away. Count evens at 2-2. Two-two. And a bullet right back up the middle and into center field for a one-out single. That would undress Combs on the mound. He heard the sizzle on that one as it went past his head. So Greenewalt Picks up his second hit of the afternoon. He's 2 for 4. So 1 out base runner aboard. Nick Sturgey, the first baseman, steps in. 0 for 3. A walk, a strikeout. Lined into a double play back in the first inning. Hit that flare out to leg and right. His last time through, and had that ball gotten past it, he was probably easy in with a triple. There's a hard hit ball past the diving third baseman down the line and left. Scott will gather it up. The Rams trying to make some noise here in the 9th with a pair of singles and back-to-back hits from Greenawald and Sturgey. His first hit of the afternoon. 8th of the ball game, and we're going to get a visit to the mound, and we'll see if that's going to bring in Mr. Martin or if Combs can sell it to get another batter here. So 2 on, 1 out. And they're going to make a call to the bullpen. And while we do that, let's jump over and take a look at some softball action while they're making the call to the bullpen. I cannot tell you, though, who is batting at the moment because both teams, Union is at the plate. KCU and Union both wearing black jerseys today. So a 10-7 ball game in the 5th. KCU trailed this one by as many as 8. Was dug back into this one. Kent Robinson and Jeff Irwin over there at the sports park bringing the call of that game. They'll have game 2 following as well. So let's come back here to baseball now as Logan Martin continues to go through his motions and take a look at his numbers. This will be his 4th appearance on the season. Does not have a record to speak of, a 2.25 or 2.25 ERA. 2 2/3 innings of work, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 8 runs. Hang on a second, I think I fat-fingered a key typing something in here. Yeah, that should be a 6. My mistake. Hang on here. It'll refresh here in just a second. Hit the refresh button. Had to make a graphic very quick. We did not have Martin in our system. There we go. 8 runs, 6 of those have been earned. So both runners on the bags still belong to Combs, as Martin will try to come in and seal the deal. And the catcher for the visiting Rams will step in. 2 for 4 this afternoon. And hits this one over top the diving glove of Markwell down in the corner. 1 run's going to come in to score. Sturgey goes from first to third. It's going to be an RBI double for Sean Seal. And makes it 8-3. So now Aristi comes in. 1 for 2 today with 2 walks. This one's in the gap. That one's going to get both runs to the plate. That's going to make it 8-5. Aristi's on his horse. And he did something out at second base that resembled a half-hearted slide and a fall, and I'm not certain which one it is, and I think he's hurt. That may have been one of the reasons right there. You can see him grabbing the back of his leg toward his hamstring area. He was about 15 feet from the bag and kind of looked like he got off balance a little bit. And I thought he just lost his balance there for a second, and I don't know if he cramped up or did something, but you could tell he was going in the bag, and it was really off kilter. As he just kind of head planted into the bag there at second base. Certainly hoping he's okay after taking a tough tumble there into the bag at second. But 2 runs come in to score, so Combs' night finishes. He goes 5+, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Strikes out 2, walks 2, hit 2 batters. He is still in the line for the victory, though. So the Rams trying to make some noise here in the final inning. It's the 10th hit of the ball game for the visiting Rams. And still out there walking around is Aristi. At first glance, it just looked like he'd kind of stumbled. And then after he got to the bag, as soon as he hit the ground, he grabbed the back of his leg right there around the hamstring area. So they're going to get a pinch runner in for him. As Savoy will check in to run for him out at second base, and he is very gingerly making the walk back toward first base. So Dylan Cutler will step in 1 for 3 with 1 out. Doubled on a line drive to right his last time through. Reached on an error his first time, was hit by a pitch in his third at-bat. And before we get to that point, we're going to visit to the mound. Jason Stowers will come out and have a word with his infield, and we're going to get a new pitcher. So we'll step out for a break as we'll reset the setup here, what we've got going on, as Jimmy Jamar will come on to try to finish things off here in the 9th in an 8-5 ball game. We'll break it down when we return after this here on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Call to the bullpen for the Knights as the right-hander of Jimmy Jamar Matos will step in and try to close this thing out. Matos, a junior out of Catano, Puerto Rico, making his 9th appearance on the season, a 1-0 record, a 3.72 ERA, 9 2/3 inning of work. 8 hits, 11 strikeouts, 9 walks, 8 runs, 4 of those have been earned. So Savoy running out at second base for Aristi, who was injured after hitting the 2 RBI double. And Cutler will step in. Hits this one in the air to right. Leg drifting toward the line, finding the wind, makes the catch. Savoy will tag and move to third, but that will get you the second out of the inning. So it's up to Aiden Brown to keep things alive here in the ninth. Brown 1 for 3. A walk, a fly out, a single to second, and then a line out to right. He flares this one over into right field as he picks up his second hit of the ball game and makes it an 8-6 contest. So now this turns this into a safe situation for Matos with a tying run at the plate. That misses high for a ball, 1-0. 3 runs across here in the, or 4 runs across in the inning. This one's lifted over on the third base side, giving a look is Markwell, and he's going to run out of real estate. One and one. 3 runs by the Knights in the first, 1 in the fourth by Bluefield. KCU put 4 more up in the fourth. 1 run in the eighth. Excuse me, run in the seventh by KCU, 1 in the eighth by Bluefield, and then 4 here in the ninth. This one spikes in the dirt, 2 and 1. Two one fouled away at the plate. Count goes to 2 and 2. So Matos trying to close things down here in the ninth. A game that's now 8-6. The right-hander from the belt. Kicks and deals. Tries to sneak in the high breaking ball there at the top of the zone, but misses. And the count goes full with 2 outs here in the inning. So Brown will get the head start on the pitch. And Besekler fouls it away. Home plate umpire will dust off the dish quickly as Matos stands high on the bump out 60 feet 6 inches away, ready to go, trying to anchor things down and close things out in a victory here to snap this 8-game losing streak. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 8-6 Knights here in the top of the ninth. The payoff pitch. Fouled away. Besekler hanging around. Hit into a double play and then was hit by a pitch. Should he reach, Garcia would go next. Matos has the one he likes. Payoff pitch. Fouled away. Good at bat here by from Besekler. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Three-two, swung on a miss, strike 3. And Matos blows it past him with a fastball. And the Knights pick up the victory, 8-6. Take a look at it on your Ice and Sports cards and collectibles. Some high cheese, 92 octane, if you will, as the Knights pick up game number 2 and evens the series at 1-1. Post-game show when we return after this here on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Final score in this one, KCU wins at 8-6. Here's how it went down. Knights put across 3 runs in the first. Bluefield got 1 back in the fourth. Did not get their first hit until the 5th inning with 2 down. KCU answered with 4 runs in the 4th inning. It was a 7-1 ball game. They pushed 1 across in the 7th to make it 8-1. Then Bluefield pushes 1 across in the 8th. They get 4 in the 9th. They had the tying run at the plate with 2 outs. But Jimmy Matos slams the door and picks up the victory for KCU as they snap the 8-game losing streak. And now we'll try to go for the series win here when we play game number 3 in about 30 minutes. Quickly looking at some numbers, Sean Seal leads away at the plate today for the Rams. He goes 3 for 5. He drove in a run. Aristi goes 2 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. Greenewalt 2 for 4, and Brown 2 for 4. Seal, Aristi, and Cutler with doubles in the losing effort. For KCU, every player that came to the plate today recorded at least 1 hit. Rivera, Alvear, Hernandez, and Garcia each with 2-hit afternoons. Alvear with a double, Hernandez with a solo shot on a 9th pitch of the at-bat on a 2-out hit in the 7th inning for the Knights. Pitching looks like this. Duncan goes 4 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Struck out 4, walked a batter. He'll take the loss. Rose goes 4 innings, 4 hits, a run, it was earned. Struck out 1 batter, did not walk a batter. For KCU, Ramos goes 3 1/3, no hits, 1 run, it was earned. Struck out nobody, walked 5. Combs will go 5 innings of relief, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Struck out 2, walk a batter. He's going to take the victory. Martin does not record an out. He gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of those earned, before handing the ball off to Matos, who goes the final 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, no run. He strikes out the final batter of the ball game. He'll take the save. Final box score looks like this for Bluefield: 6 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9 runners on base. For KCU, 8 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors. They leave 6 runners on base. 2 hours, 47 minutes to decide this one, and it was a dandy. KCU winning game number 2 of the series to even the series a game apiece by a final score of 8-6. We're going to step out for a break. We'll be back in about 25 minutes to bring you action of game number 3 and the rubber match of the series here on Kool TV. So stay tuned with us over on our second stream here for this afternoon. But for us, we'll sign off for now. We'll be back with you back in about 25 minutes for game number 3 here on Kool TV.
Thank you for watching another Kentucky Christian University baseball broadcast on Kool TV. This presentation of Kentucky Christian University baseball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Sports Network and Kool TV.